If you're wondering if you can buy a house without a realtor, I'm here to tell you that yes, you can. And if you stick around for this video, I'll show you not only how you can do that, but I'll also point out some of the challenges you're going to face. There are 4 steps to buying a house. The first is to figure out how you're going to pay for it. Now you can either have all cash or you can take out a loan. The second is you're going to need to figure out how you're going to search and find the house that you want to buy. The third is negotiating the terms and getting a signed contract. The fourth and final step is to actually close on the transaction. Now, since this video is not about borrowing money, we're going to assume that you have the money piece of this figured out, and we're going to jump directly to step 2. Now, if you're not a realtor, you won't have access to the multiple listing service, better known as the MLS. Now, I know there are plenty of home search sites out there, but the way it works is the data from the MLS is syndicated to those sites, and it is not updated in real time. In other words, if there's a price change or status change or any change whatsoever, it will eventually update on those home search sites, but it's not going to be immediate like it is in the MLS. Now, another potential challenge is to be able to determine the value of the house you're thinking about buying. Now, on the one hand, it really doesn't matter what that value is if both the seller and the buyer agree to the price. But on the other hand, if there's a loan involved, the price that you agree to must be in alignment with what the value that the lender assigns and the percentage that they're willing to loan on. The next thing you're going to need to do is submit an offer, negotiate the terms, and get a signed contract. When you do this, you're going to be dealing with one of 3 types of people. It's either going to be a sales agent for a builder, a realtor has a listing agreement with the seller, which enables them to sell the house on behalf of the owner, or you're going to be dealing with the owner directly if they're trying to sell the house on their own, a for sale by owner. Now, regardless of who you're dealing with, there will be a contract. If it's a sales agent for a builder, you're going to be using the builder's contract. One word of caution: who do you think those contracts are going to favor? If someone pays an attorney to draft up a contract, you could be pretty certain that at least that initial draft is going to favor the person who paid to have the contract drawn up. Now, if you're dealing with the listing agent, they're going to have promulgated forms through either the Texas Real Estate Commission or the Texas Association of Realtors. These are standardized contracts, addendums, and amendments with blanks and check boxes. Now, it sounds simple enough to fill in the blanks and check the boxes, but the boxes that are checked and the special provisions that might be added are going to have a direct impact on how much it's going to cost you to actually buy the house and potentially any long-term consequences after the sale. Now, if it's an owner selling their house on their own, you could be dealing with any kind of assortment of contracts. Let me give you an example. I'm not an attorney, so I can't draw up a contract and give to you to use in your real estate transaction. But if you're a party to that transaction, you can write up anything you want. And if both parties sign it, it is a contract. Now, whether or not that contract is valid or enforceable, you may not know until later, and you're usually only going to find that out if there's some type of a problem. All I'm trying to say is be careful. Okay, so now that the contract is signed, there are a number of things that's going to need to happen in very specific time periods. And there are consequences if they don't. What happens if the earnest money is delivered to the title company on the 4th day after the execution of the contract? What if the option fee is delivered to the title company? What happens if you contact the seller on the last day of the option period at 6 o'clock and want to discuss repairs? All I'm saying is that no matter what terms you may agree to, just be sure that you understand them. Now, I'm going to guess that the primary reason you're thinking about buying a house without a realtor is that you think that you're somehow going to save some money, right? Well, I can respect that, but I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you this. It will not cost you any more money to have a real estate professional represent you on the buy side of a transaction. And I personally think this is especially important if you're dealing with a builder. Now, understand, I'm not saying that a builder, or even a listing agent for that matter, is going to take advantage of you. But what I am saying is that if it doesn't cost you anything more, and you could potentially either save money or negotiate better terms, it might be something that you should at least consider. You know, I get emails, texts, and phone calls almost every day from people who are thinking about buying real estate here in the Austin area, and I would love to help you out too. All of my contact information is in the video description below. Let's make your real estate dreams come true.